Very good evening to you. You're watching Breaking Ground on Times Now. I'm Pratibha and thank you for joining us this evening. Viewers, our focus this hour is Karnataka. So as I mentioned Karnataka, what's the first thing that came to your mind? I can bet it's one of the two things, either a new price rise or a threat to the CM chair. And your guess is right. If at the start of the year we spoke about the price rise in Karnataka, now the Congress in Karnataka is in the news again for the fight for the CM post. But this time it's not just claims, it's got to a point where the Karnataka Congress in charge Randeep Surjewala is trying to douse the flames of differences. Yesterday, the Congress Legislative Party meeting was held in Bengaluru to address this very issue of the CM seat tussle in Karnataka. And Times Now has accessed details of this crucial meeting. We are told that the party leadership has sent out a very clear message to the leaders of the party that party comes first and everything else comes next. The party leaders were also instructed to put the party first instead of their personal ambitions. I mean, how much more clear can it get that there are issues in the Karnataka Congress? They were also asked to refrain from making loose statements to the media because it hurts the image of the party. But will stopping these Congress leaders from really talking about their personal ambitions really stop the simmering rebellion that's existent within the Karnataka Congress? Let me put things in context for you. We all know that DK Shivkumar has revealed 2 times now, in fact, that there is a secret understanding with the High Command on the CM phase. So he claims that he has a secret understanding with the High Command. He didn't reveal too much about it, but it was clear what he was talking about. And now we're seeing multiple dinner meetings in Karnataka. And all of this, mind you, is intended to give out one political message that we are a powerhouse and we also have certain claims within the Congress party. First, it was DK Shivkumar sending out a clear political message. And then it was the Siddaramaiah camp, not to be outdone. After a dinner meeting called by DK Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah camp also called for a meeting. And then even Home Minister G. Parmeshwar called for a dinner meeting with the prominent legislators and Congress leaders from the SC/ST community. And this was also a clear show of strength. Of course, in a twist, the meeting was suddenly called off at the last moment after Randeep Surjewala had to intervene. But the intervention came only after DK Shivkumar had reportedly raised concerns to the Congress High Command over these meetings, and then he got them cancelled. So what's really happening in Karnataka? That's the question.
ಯಾವುದೇ ಗೊಂದಲ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಇವರೇ. खालीನೇ ಇರೋ कुर्सी.
आधा तो सच लगता है, आधा नहीं है, आधा आधा है. अभी एक सीएम तो है, उसके ऊपर कहाँ बिठाएंगे हम? एक तो है अभी चल रहा है.
क्या आप कंटेंडर है सीएम के?
नहीं हम कंटेंडर नहीं.
ನಾನು ದಲಿತ ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು? ನಾನು ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ.
ಈಗ ದಲಿತ ಸಿಎಂ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂತೀರಿ ಸರ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ? ದಲಿತರೊಬ್ಬರು ಸಿಎಂ ಆಗಬೇಕು.
ದಲಿತರು ಸಿಎಂ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರು ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಇದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ?
So there you heard it. Well, some came on record to say, no, I'm not the CM contender. He did also say that, yeah, prayers are being held by my supporters that I become the chief minister. That's a clear message, isn't it? How long will this continue and what is the solution? The reason I ask is because it seems like it is taking a toll on Siddaramaiah himself, as he seems to be losing his cool at the drop of a hat, and of course also the development. Why is Siddaramaiah losing his cool at the drop of a hat every single time? That's for the Congress party to answer. Take a look at what happened today.
ನೀನೇ ಕ್ಯೂ ಕೂತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು
And that, of course, brings us to the 5 questions that we're asking today at 5 p.m. Is Siddaramaiah jittery because the CM share is on shaky grounds? Because time and again we're seeing claims. And what do these dinner meetings really mean? DK Shivkumar calling for one separate meet. And why did Siddaramaiah camp have to counter it? Isn't that clear that there are some differences that are brewing and they're trying to score points between themselves? There are multiple mantris who have now staked claim to be the CM. So can the Congress party really deny this divide anymore? Because Randeep Surjewala has also been rushed in. What was the Congress's rush meeting in Karnataka for? Because Randeep Surjewala has been called in. He is holding these meetings and he has been speaking to the leaders in Karnataka. And in fact, the truth is, even after these meetings, there don't seem to be too many changes. The leaders are still coming out and still making these claims. So is power struggle above people? And is this Rahul Gandhi's guarantee? Rahul Gandhi has spoken of guarantees time and again, but what we are seeing in Karnataka, if this Karnataka model is anything to go by, is it clear that the power struggle is above the people? Clearly, the list of the CM aspirants also seems to be growing as khatakhat as the Congress party had promised. Let's go across to our guest this evening, Dr. Sudhakar Alkai, Karnataka BJP spokesperson joining us, Anurag Naidu, author joining us, Dr. Nikul Patel from the Congress party, and Syed Abbas, political analyst, also on the broadcast with us. Thank you all for joining us. I want to begin with Dr. Nikul Patel, of course. Dr. Nikul Patel, the Congress party can deny it as much as it wants, but the truth is out there for people to see. Now, you can't think that the people are fools, that they can't see what's happening. My only question is not what's happening in Karnataka Congress. My question is, when will this end? Is the High Command going to step in and say that enough? We are clear that this person is going to be the Chief Minister for 5 years, settle the issues, focus on the work for the people.
Speculative journalism is good. And definitely you are doing a very good job.
Thank you, sir. But what about the meeting in Karnataka? If I'm doing a good job, let me ask you if the Congress is doing a good job. I just want to ask you, I will let you speak. I just want to ask you one thing, since you're telling me about what I'm doing. I just mean to ask you, why did Randeep Surjewala call for a meeting? And are you saying that he did not actually say that the people should keep party first, the leaders in Congress should keep party first and not their personal ambitions? What did he mean by that?
Can I speak?
Yes.
And I think you will allow me to do my job right now.
Do go on.
Okay, fine, good. See, speculative journalism is good, and always when you speculate something and it happens, then you take a credit that, see, we are
Yes, because there is no smoke without fire.
But that is not such thing happening. If you see Karnataka government, when it was formed, that was there definitely a race between who is going to become the chief minister, and at that time Siddaramaiah was unanimously elected as a Chief Minister of Karnataka government. At that time also people were telling, especially Bharatiya Janata Party, that this government will run long, it will not be able to do the things in the larger interest of the people. Similarly, it is happening right now, and every time something happens, then people start speculating, and especially Bharatiya Janata Party is that Congress is not in the fray of giving the good governance. But I would like to make assure the people of Karnataka as well as the people of the country that Congress is going to continue for all the 5 years with very good majority that we have, and will work in the larger interest of the people, and we are working.
Okay, but because you said that there have been speculations, I would also want to ask you if the party leaders, including those who are holding posts, are aware of it, because it was D.K. Shivkumar himself who has made this admission to our group editor-in-chief, saying that I have a different understanding with the High Command. You'll see some changes soon. That's what he has revealed in the interview. So clearly, D.K. Shivkumar, if you're saying that, it's mere speculation, D.K. Shivkumar does not seem to be aware of it. We can play out, if you did not hear it the first time around, I can also play out again a few reactions that have come in of people who are coming out to say that yes, if I'm given the CM post, then I'm ready to become the Chief Minister, that I want a certain person to continue as the Chief Minister.
You can do your job.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yes. So will the Congress party do their job? That's the only worry.
We are doing it. We are doing it. We are doing it, ma'am.
Okay. I sure hope there is time for it in between all of these meetings that are taking place and dinner meets, and who is skipping it. Somebody seems to be keeping a list of who all are attending these meetings, who are not. There are leaders from the party who are also fuming. Dr. Sudha Alkai, do you think that the Congress party, as it says, we are doing our job, the BJP shouldn't be worried? What are these dinner meetings about, and why is the Congress party in denial? And the reason why these differences are brewing, is it because of exactly what Dr. Nikul Patel is saying, this denial that he seems to also be showing?
Pratibha, let me tell to Mr. Dr. Nikul Patel that we, the BJP party, we are not bothered about who is going to be stepped into the CM chair, because whosoever is going to come, they are not bothered about the welfare of the state nor the welfare of the people. What we have witnessed is there is definitely a tussle within the Congress party, it is a paramount, and the entire rank and file of Karnataka is witnessing that there is a struggle for the CM chair. And one thing, I'll tell you, there is policy paralysis, there is a glorification of the fringe elements, there is suicides going on every now and then, and the law and order has completely collapsed, the inflation rate is increased, and there is absolutely, there is nothing that there has to be glorified about Karnataka today. As you told, if we have to talk about Karnataka, it is only the price hike and about the power-hungry tussle what is going on within the Congress party. And what Mr. Sandeep Surjewala has come today to Bangalore, and he's trying to settle out. Why doesn't he speak about the agreement what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has been telling every now and then, that there is an agreement and which is made during the elections that 2.5 years Mr. Siddaramaiah is going to be in the power, and next he is going to take up.
In fact, the target of the Congress party time and again seems to be directed somewhere where it should not. While the Congress party can focus on what is going wrong, if at all something is going wrong. Of course, it's for the Congress party to decide. If the party thinks that this power tussle is going to be beneficial to the party, well then so be it. Their target seems to be intended to the wrong place. In fact, today when Randeep Surjewala was asked about it as well, despite sources indicating very clearly that this meeting was about these differences, here's what he said, and yet again he was targeting the journalists, saying, why don't you also ask the BJP about the differences? Why are you asking us? Listen into what he said.
Exactly.
Naturally, BJP is perturbed by it. On one side, Yatnal is baying for blood of Vijendra. On the other side, Ashwath Narayan and Ashok keep fighting. On another hand, Mr. Jharkholi and others in the BJP are having solid differences of opinion. On another hand, Janata Dal and BJP are fighting a fratricidal war, but that is their leadership to settle. In order to hide their misdeeds and failures, they continue to manufacture stories in order to attack the Congress guarantees. Mera ek to first and foremost, it's my request to a selected group of news channels that instead of asking questions to a dismembered BJP, you are asking questions to a united government which is solidly executing a direct benefit transfer to every Kannadiga family. The Karnataka Congress guarantees, which are the Karnataka Congress government guarantees, is the biggest welfare scheme of India.
Okay, so the Congress party asking why don't you direct these questions towards the BJP, and let me just assure you, when there were differences within the BJP as well, there are speculations when the leaders of the party come out and speak. We do speak about that as well. Anurag Naidu, the claim of the Congress party, nothing is wrong, all is well, is it fine, and should people take it at face value, or looking at the developments there, should the people of Karnataka really be worried?
Well, this is not fine. This is absolutely not fine, because wherein the people of Karnataka are reeling under the stress of underdevelopment. We've seen like hundreds of times legislators and the party leaders and the politicians from the ruling party telling that we don't have enough funds for the development because we are investing a lot in the freebies. Now it's been more than 2 years. The state continues to spend 65,000 odd crore, but where are the additional revenue resources coming in for the state to pump in for the developmental projects that were also promised by the government? I really hope, as a neutral citizen, Pratibha, that this infighting is resolved. I think what surprises me is Congress, unlike many other state units in the whole of India, Karnataka has very good set of leaders. We have Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, who has been a successful party president, who deserves to be the chief minister. I mean, from an all neutral point, there are very good tall leaders within the Congress party. I don't know why they cannot be given a chance to rule, and maybe they'll do a much better job. I'm just wondering, as a neutral political analyst, is it heading towards the Punjab fate, where what they did with Captain Amrinder, you know what the result was? Are we putting all eggs in one basket? Are we not able to solve this deadlock? Yes, Mr. Surjewala is right. There is infighting in BJP as well, but this is for the Congress to solve because they are the ones in the power, and any misalignment within themselves affects the people directly. They are responsible for the people. They are responsible to honor the mandate, and that's exactly why I believe that the sooner this is solved and the focus put on the government and the focus put on the developmental aspects of it and how do we improve the revenues and not just put the state into more and more deficit in terms of the revenue and exchequer. I think that should be a view to look forward.
Okay, all right. Syed Abbas,
I want to put in few points.
very quickly.
Pratibha. Yeah, see, whatever the infights between the BJP, we have stood unitedly as a very strong opponent.
And more importantly, the BJP is currently not in power, so I'm not sure if it's hurting the development in Karnataka, and that's the moot point here. Abbas, you're a political analyst, yes, but you're also a citizen of Bengaluru, and while often you've come out to support the Congress party for the work that they have been doing, as a citizen, what you're seeing here, to say that the Congress party is saying there are no differences, all of that is fine, but is development taking a backseat? And I'm not just talking of the guarantees here, because if the Congress party wants to deny it completely, that memo needs to be given out to all the Congress leaders, because the Congress will one day come and say all is fine, and then next day you have a leader coming out to say no, but I want my leader to be the chief minister. If the Congress party wants to maintain all is fine, give the memo to all the Congress leaders. Let us not have a Congress leader come out tomorrow and then say it out in the open that, I actually want my leader to be the CM.
Pratibha ji, I've always believed with great power there is great responsibility and equal accountability. Of course, being in government, the Congress party, Siddaramaiah ji, D.K. Shivkumar are indeed responsible and accountable for all the actions, deed, policy making. The fact of the matter is, I certainly very clearly, vividly remember 2023 debate that we had here in Karnataka, myself, you, and a series of other panelists from JDS, Congress and BJP, where we did discuss about Bengaluru development, about the development of the state of Karnataka. Let me bring in data, statistics, figures. Recently in the state of Karnataka, there were by-elections held in Shiggaon, Sandur and Chattatpatna. All three won by the Congress party. My question to the Bharatiya Janata Party, if Congress erred or they are not able to keep their promises, why would Congress win all 1, 2, 3, all elections? This shows the people of Karnataka are indeed happy with all the schemes. Not even one scheme has been rolled back. Let us look at Annabhagya. Let us look at Gruha Jyoti, Gruha Lakshmi, Yuva Nidhi, Nari Shakti. All have been working fantastic. Now, Sudha Halkai ji mentioned about the hike of prices. Respected ma'am, yes, the bus price has been hiked by ₹15. But do you know this is long pending? For the last 10 years, the price was not hiked. Therefore, petrol prices hiked, diesel prices hiked. This was in the making. Even if Bommai Sahab of the BJP was the chief minister, it would have hiked. Now let me answer my good friend who's a neutral political analyst, Mr. Anurag Naidu. Well, sir, with your statement, I got to know how neutral you are, attacking only Congress and defending the BJP. Respected sir, now let me put the front on you. You, sir, are one of the finest businessmen we have in our city today, and you speak there is no development. Do you know the highest number of startups are from Bengaluru? One of the highest GDP that we pay is from Bengaluru. On every rupee, we get only 15 paisa. Look at the devolution of taxes. Respected sir, we are talking of data, statistics, numbers. Bengaluru today is the Silicon Valley of the East. The numbers.
But is it wrong to say that I want this development to continue in Bengaluru and I want work to happen? Nobody is coming out to say that, there's a tussle in the Congress party, so they should no longer be in power. Syed Abbas, that's not what Anurag said as well. He's saying that let's not focus so much on the issues within the Congress party that development takes a back seat. Already there's a lot of pressure and financial pressure because of these guarantees. And this is not, this is not speculation as Nikul Patel will come out to tell me. This is something that has been admitted by even the Deputy Chief Minister. So there is that pressure of the guarantees already, and at the same time there are so many differences within the Congress party. Do the people of Karnataka want to see that time and again there's a question, is Siddaramaiah going to continue as the Chief Minister or not?
Firstly, I would like to say that there is nothing pressure. I would like to say that financial estimates of 24-25, if you see, around 3 lakh plus crore for entire Karnataka. On on all the welfare committees around 50,000 crore. So 2.5 lakh crore is being spent for the people of Karnataka by the government. Even D.K. Shivakumar had said so many times in the press brief that we are not shortfall of any funds. And I would like to assure you that it was on your channel too, because one of the debate I was there and you played that thing. Secondly, if you are saying that people of the Karnataka are facing difficulty, then as what my friend told me that the by-election results which had come out had given the chance to the Congress person. Bharatiya Janata Party must realize that whatever misgovernance they have done in the last 5 years had led to the people of Karnataka decide that we should give the power in the hand of Congress. And we are very, very sure enough and we are in harmony to work in the larger interest of the people of Karnataka.
Okay, you're saying you're in harmony. So then, Dr. Sudhal Kai, where is the problem? If the Congress party is saying all is well, what is the problem with some dinner meetings that are taking place in Karnataka? The Congress says, why doesn't the BJP look at the differences that they have?
Pratibha, the dinner party was organized by the Home Minister and it was asked to be postponed by their High Command. It was not we, the BJP, who commented on the dinner party. So let them answer why was it asked to postpone. Mr. D.K. Shivakumar very smartly he has handled that issue, and Mr. D.K. Shivakumar himself he has told that in his when Mr. S.M. Krishna was there as the Chief Minister, he knew very well when he didn't get the portfolio, he knew very well how to kick on his door and snatch the power, and this is what he has mentioned here again. So it is not we, the BJP party, who are commenting. It is time and again what statements that the Congress leaders are giving into the media, openly they are giving into the media, which is creating a controversy over here. And they are talking about the investment, the capital investment of Karnataka has been reduced from 56% to 38%. This is the most pathetic part. And forget about humans, even the animals are being butchered today. It has become a nightmare for development, and the people of Karnataka, they are repenting to get the Congress government into power. Every day there is a scam, every day there is murder, every day there is suicide by the contractors or any of the officers over there. Recently, one 15-year-old girl has committed suicide in Jevargi in Karnataka because of love jihad. You tell me, and
so
I'll come up with those things tomorrow.
There are issues in Karnataka that need to be dealt with. The Congress party is busy dousing the flames within the party, and you're saying that that's where the problem really comes in. Anurag Naidu, now that Randeep Surjewala has called for a meeting, that meeting of course was yesterday, after which we have new claims that have already come in to say that we will be the Chief Minister. Why not? So the speculations or the reports around it still continue. Do you expect now with Randeep Surjewala coming in, is the Congress party going to put its act together?
I think Randeep Surjewala is here to do his job. But one interesting fact in this interview, when media was covering him, he never mentioned that CM's chair is not vacant. Now there's a difference. Sab kuch ghar pe acha hai saying is one thing, but to say that Siddaramaiah will remain to be the Chief Minister puts end to all the debates. My request only to Mr. Nikul Patel, who is the Congress representative here, go and tell that we expect as citizens and the neutral political analysts, clear the air, say that the seat is not vacant.
And also, come out in the open very quickly.
Yeah, Pratibha, Abbas Bhai, my dear friend, mentioned about the outcome of the by-election. So by-election outcomes are
the people and what they want completely different. But the question is within the Congress party, what's happening? That's a nice dare. Dr. Nikul Patel, I do hope that the next time around we will not be having the same discussion where you'll come out and say it's a mere speculation, and you can put to an end with the Congress leader coming out to say Siddaramaiah is going to be the Chief Minister for 5 years, and we no longer see these closed-door meetings that will be taking place. We'll have to leave it at that, thanking our guests for joining us this evening and slipping into a quick break.